Alright, so we're looking at solving abstract equations. So let's say I have something like m equals 3ax plus 2a, something crazy like that. And it asks me to solve for a. So what I'm wanting to do here is to get a all by itself. And any other variable, any other letter in the equation, I'm going to look at just like another number. So my only concern here is to get a all by itself. I notice in this equation that I have two a's. I could subtract 2a to the other side, but that still leaves an a on the right. So I need to figure out a way to condense my a's down into one single a. I have two terms here. They both have an a, so I'm going to factor that a out. So I'll have m equals a times. If I factor the a out, I'm dividing both of these terms by a. So 3ax divided by a, those a's cancel out, so I'm left with 3x plus 2a divided by a gives me 2. And now I've whittled it down to just have a single a, and I need to get that a all by itself. And remember, we're going to look at everything else in the problem like just another number. So we have a times this number, and I want to get a all by itself. So since multiplication is being performed here, I'm going to divide both sides by what is being multiplied. On the right, this number cancels out, leaving me with just a equals, and then I have m over 3x plus 2. And there we go. I got a all by itself. So let's try one more. Let's say Alright, so let's say I have f equals 2/5 times c minus 16, and I want to solve for c. In this equation, I only have one c, but it is trapped inside these parentheses, so I need to, bust it out. So I see that these parentheses are being multiplied by this 2/5. Usually people don't like fractions, and that's totally fine. We can break that fraction down. This is multiplication by 2 times everything in there, and division by 5. So I'm just going to perform the opposite operation to get rid of this fraction. We're dividing by 5, so I'm just going to multiply everything by 5. So on the left, 5 times f gives me 5f equals. On the right, this is just one single term because it's being multiplied together. So when I multiply by 5, I'm multiplying by 5, I'm dividing by 5, so those 5's cancel out. So I'm just left with 2 times c minus 16. And now I'm just multiplying by 2. I'm still trying to bust that c out of the parentheses. So since I'm multiplying by 2, I will divide both sides by 2. So I get 5 over 2f equals 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that cancels out. So I'm left with just the c minus 16. There's nothing on the outside of these parentheses anymore, so I can drop the parentheses, and I just have c minus 16. My task was to get c all by itself, so the only thing left to do, I have the c minus 16, so in order to cancel out that 16, I will add 16 to both sides. So I have 5 over 2f plus 16 is equal to c. So we solved that abstract equation for c. So every problem is going to be a little bit different depending on what the equation looks like, but just remember you can view every other variable in the equation as just another number.